What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is April 8th, Wednesday, meaning it's new comic book day. I just watched Speed Sultan's new video, so I doubt I'm gonna be buying any of the new issues. But I figured, I might as well check because you never know. I definitely need to pick up some more Marvel for sure because I don't have a lot of Marvel. I have an abundance of DC comics, so I definitely could use some more Marvel. Like I said last week, the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer did something to me, so I definitely could use some more Spider-Man comics. We're gonna be checking out the normal stores, Barnes and Noble and Newberry Comic, and while we're on the way there, we could talk about Daredevil Born Again because I haven't talked about Born Again since it's been out. Um, I was planning on like vlogging my reaction. Well, not vlogging, like recording my reaction the way Soups does. Um, but I decided not to because I know how I am. I've been hating on Daredevil, and I already know like I'm gonna be switching up on the reaction every week. I didn't want to do that, so I decided against it because I have been switching up. Like episode one, I found it to be so boring. It didn't even feel like a season premiere. It felt more of like episode 10 of season one. You know what I mean? But and like the Matt and Karen relationship came out of nowhere. Well, obviously not out of nowhere, but it doesn't feel right. And then Daredevil getting the double D's out of nowhere, I don't like that because at that point you could have just gave it to him. Like, why did you have fans for years since the original Daredevil show have us fiending for him to get the double D's just to give it to him? At that point, you should have gave it to him from the jump. I feel like a storyline behind it would have been better. It's like in this latest episode, Swordsman told Matt that he's no longer a hero. He's a symbol. And because now he's a symbol, the people of New York should be spray painting the double D's around the city of New York, basically showing like Daredevil will stand up for us, etc. Something along those lines. And since everyone's spraying the double D's around New York, Matt decided to add it to his suit because again, he's no longer a hero. He's a symbol. That would have made it 10 times better for me. But that negatives aside, well, number one, the guy who's directing it, he directed the last few episodes. His name's something slick something. He needs to direct all of Daredevil now because golly, he knows what he's doing. Like the part in this latest episode where Bullseye takes the CD, throws it at Matt, and the camera like turns around with it is so good. Like I love him as a director. Like this episode now is the highest rated Daredevil episode, and like it's honestly not a surprise because he's an amazing director. And the last night, spoilers, obviously, um, I hope that Vanessa died because that is something I wanted them to do since season one. I wanted Vanessa to die. And even like this whole arc of them making Daredevil basically an anti-hero, I initially wasn't like, I didn't like that because Bullseye showed up in episode one, right? And then we didn't really get anything of him until episode four. So I felt like they didn't really know what they were doing with this character. But for him to, he's not necessarily being an anti-hero, but Bullseye killing Foggy for Vanessa is literally what set all of this shit into motion. Fisk becoming mayor, the anti-vigilante task force, all of this is what Bullseye set into motion. So all he's trying to do is right a wrong, and I love that. But Matt is also right. If Bullseye kills Fisk, he's turning him into a martyr. Fisk is literally using his whole mayoral campaign to stop vigilantes. So if a vigilante ends up killing him, you know, so I'm very, very interested into seeing what they have going in that front. I think episode four really just made me excited for the rest of the season. I do have a feeling that Bullseye's gonna die. And also my shoot for the stars theory is like maybe at the end of the season, Matt's gonna go to prison because it's sort of like the Civil War comic where Captain America and Iron Man were fighting, and Captain America stopped fighting because he realized, what are we fighting for? And I feel like Matt's gonna come to that same revelation because what is Matt fighting for? There's literally nothing he can do. Fisk won. He's the mayor now. The anti-vigilante task force, all this shit that Fisk is doing with vigilantes is legal. So Matt is literally fighting the legal system. There's not shit he could do other than try to get Fisk out of office, which he could have been trying to do as Matt Murdock. So there's basically nothing that Daredevil could do right now. So maybe he's gonna realize that in the end, and then just end up going to prison. Shoot for the stars theory. I know it's most likely not gonna happen, but you never know. That's why I wanted to just say it for good measure, because you never know. And if it does end up happening like that, I could come back on this video and be like, hey, I called it, you know? And I also see like a lot of theories online about Heather becoming Muse. If that happens, I love that shit so much. I think that's an amazing decision on their part, because Heather's the only one who really sat down and talked with Muse. She sat like 4 feet in front of him while he was just explaining his motives, explaining why he does what he does. So Heather's the only one who could potentially really understand Muse. So for her to end up possibly carrying out his mission statement, I love that decision so much. I just really hope that they don't fumble, because I do kind of feel like they're fumbling White Tiger. Like the Hector Ayala storyline, that was beautiful. It was heartbreaking. But with his niece, I think her name's Ava. I don't know. It's not really. I don't really care for it. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Daredevil Born Again so far. Speaking of new shows that are coming out, The Boys released today. I think it's 2 new episodes. I haven't watched it yet. I'll watch it after this whole comic vlog, and maybe I'll let you guys know. Maybe not. I haven't really talked about The Boys on this channel yet, so that might just be something I do personally in my own time. Uh, But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. We are almost to the comic book store, so I'll just pick up this vlog once we get there. I'll see you guys. All right, we are now back in the car. It took a little bit longer than I was anticipating. As you can see, like the sun has set, but we did end up picking up some more single issues. I think I'm starting to like, single issues are starting to warm up on me because they're a quick read. They're not like trades where if I read it for hours on end, I start to get like fatigued and don't want to read it anymore. Another reason why I think The Flash Bad Moon Rising is taking me so long to finish, even though it's the final volume. So I need to lock in and finish that. But we did end up picking up, we picked up 3 volumes of Ultimate Spider-Man by Jonathan Hickman. I really hope I like this, because like with Life Story, Spider-Man Life Story, the first chapter got me hooked, right? But then all the other chapters after that, or I should say issues, was sort of like downhill. Like I feel like each issue got like slowly worse and worse and worse. Hopefully it's not like this with these. Actually, I showed you volume 3. Here's volume 1. The artwork looks amazing, you know, like I really feel like I'm gonna like it. But you know, you never know. Like, look, clean. Spider-Man versus Bullseye, clean. So I'm really excited to check this out. Like I said, I got the 3 volumes. They're all right here. 3 volumes. Maybe this is the entire series. I don't know. Maybe. But we'll see. I'll have to look it up. I'll put the answer on the screen. Then for the single issues, we only got 3. They didn't really have a lot. They had a new Firestorm single issue, but I don't really care for Firestorm like that. But we picked up Superman Unlimited #1. And then the new Daredevil issue that came out last week, I believe. #1, Daredevil. And then DCKO #1. I would have picked up more DCKO, but they didn't have issue 2. They had like 3 and 5. I don't think they had 4. I don't really remember. But yeah, that's basically it for the haul. A little light week. Nothing too crazy, but this is the end of the vlog. Thank you so much for checking it out and coming comic hunting with me again. Hopefully, you know, I could do more of these in the future. If you guys would like that, just let me know down in the comments below if you guys like this sort of videos or my other ones. But with that said, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.